Well, this is something. Oh god. Wait. Okay. It should work. Did I do something? So, hello, nobody. There's nobody in the chat. I'll just wait for a while. Maybe find some music in the background. Could be good. I don't know what though. So, what's up? Can you hear me properly? Great. Great. Thank you. No, I'm not the best at streaming in general. Right now I'm just thinking about what I can ask, like, how's your day? How's everyone holding up? Or maybe I should talk about my day. I don't know how to start a stream. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, you are. I highly doubt there's many people at this time of day available for this stream, which is fine. I did get early off of school today. Also, what time is it all around the other parts of the world? If America is 6 hours behind Denmark, then it's only around like 7 a.m. in America. That's fine. That's okay. I'm not forcing you to stay or anything. I'm not forcing anyone to watch any of my videos. Only do it if you feel like it or if you have time. Bye. Maybe I should talk about how my day has been. I wasn't sure if I was gonna go to school today, because I think I might still be sick, although I'm not entirely sure. At least yesterday in school I I went back to school, but my head wasn't feeling very good, so I wasn't sure if I could make it today, but did it anyway. We had math for 3 hours, and then I went home, and we even got off early. And then I went home, took a shower, did my cleaning chores, and now I'm doing this. I've also gotten lunch and played some Genshin Impact. I always have to play Genshin Impact every single day. Like, as soon as I can, I'm playing Genshin Impact. Like, in the weekends, I'll wake up in the morning and then play Genshin Impact. And on weekdays, I get home from school and then I play Genshin Impact. Although sometimes it only takes me a few minutes to do my daily commissions and stuff, and then I'm done. And then I'll occasionally use my resin and also obviously do the events if there's any and all that kind of stuff. Other than that, I don't really have much else to do in the game. I've already done quite a lot of quests, and I actually have 100% exploration progress everywhere. So there's not much else for me to do in the game right now. I did just get Nahida recently. I am trying to build her. Although you can only get rewards from weekly bosses once a week, which is why they're called weekly bosses. So even on that department I have to wait for a good while. How are you guys doing? I don't know what to talk about. So you've recovered? You're not sick anymore? That's nice. I feel like there's a lot of us who has been sick recently. Like, even me and some of my friends and classmates. Just today in class, over half of the class was missing. this is a Q&A live stream. I could try and answer some of the previous questions from my video a week ago and also from my old Q&A video. There's the typical, who are you and why are you in my recommended? I am Josse and I don't know why I'm in your recommended. I have a couple of guesses, but I really don't know. So guess one could be that you used to watch my Undertale content, my Undertale Funniest Names videos, and you probably only watched Undertale Funniest Names and Undertale Funniest Names 2. And you might have subscribed after watching those videos or not. But that might have given YouTube the idea that you like my videos, even though you might not. Because I make so much else but Undertale. So therefore now you're... Oh, my mom's calling me. I gotta take this one. I'm back. That conversation took a little while. Hopefully you can hear me, although I don't quite know. I'm not sure, actually. I was about to answer a question here. From my video a week ago, another Q&A. I'm probably in your recommended Ollie Bob Ollie because either you've watched my Undertale content and now I'm getting recommended to you, even though you don't watch any of my videos, or I've also noticed this paradox or this weird thing. Wait, what? It's just a notification. I was late, forgot saying my birthday and got cake as chocolate. That sounds delicious. Happy birthday. I love chocolate cake. But something I've noticed on YouTube is that whenever I've started watching a new type of content or thing, those people making those videos or who are interested in those kinds of videos or content suddenly comes over to my channel, or they get me recommended for some weird reason. Like a long time ago, I started slowly watching some videos about Gacha Life or Gacha Club, or there's more of those games where you can like make a little chibi figure and then create a scene and make a little story with them. There's like all those like singing battles videos and stuff. I was kind of watching that, and suddenly those Gacha Life creators started like coming onto my channel and commenting stuff, and they started saying things like, "Why are you recommended to me?" And I was like, "What the heck? I watched some of you guys' videos. How come that makes you come to my channel? Why?" YouTube is weird sometimes. Like, please don't blame me for getting recommended, for my videos getting recommended in your sub, or like, it's not my fault. I literally just make videos. It's out of my control where I end up. Someone named I'm tired. How are you? Currently a little bit sick, maybe. I don't know. But otherwise good, although I've been very tired today. But overall good. Was there anything special that made you want to start a channel when you did? I was 9 years old and my little childish brain wanted my own song to be out on YouTube. I wrote and sang a very cringy song which my brother filmed me sing. It's extremely cringy and it's deleted off the internet now. But back then after I made that song, my childish brain was like, "This is great, I want this to be on YouTube." And so my dad helped me make a YouTube channel. And ever since then I just experimented making YouTube videos because I genuinely liked it. But the first video I ever made was me singing a very, very cringy song. But it's deleted now, so nobody can really get it. So I guess that's what made me want to start my YouTube channel. What's your art style called? Does it have a name, or is it just something you found out and stuck with? I've always been drawing ever since I was little, and I never knew any styles back then, if that makes sense. I guess just cartoons. I've always liked to watch cartoons and stuff, but I don't think my style has a name. It's my own personal style. I guess you could call it cartoonish. It's definitely not realistic in any way whatsoever. It's just something I've stuck with. What are your plans for the future? Be about your channel, project, life, job, kind of stuff. No idea about job. I'm still figuring out that part. I have 3 more years to think about it. Although I think I'll need more time, to be honest. I don't know what I want to do as a career in my future. And some people have sometimes asked, well, why don't you just become a YouTuber, or like, why don't you just do this for a living, or make, why don't you work in a like film company, movie company? where you can make animations or stories, be a screenwriter or whatever. And I think that's just too stressful. At least the movie company screenwriter thing, working for a company like that, even though I do love making my own original stories, it's still very stressful when others have expectations of you and when you have deadlines. That's why I like making YouTube videos in my own free time and make my stories that way, because I can do it in my own way and take as much time as I want, in a way. So I don't really want that as a job, and not I don't want being a YouTuber as a job either, because then if I monetize my channel, it's not monetized right now. So if I did, I think my entire channel would just be removed straight away, because I don't make money right now. So if I did, then something would be wrong, because I used a lot of copyrighted songs and stuff in my videos. So like, if I were to get money off of that, I think my channel would just be taken away. Or at least the majority of my videos would be heavily copyrighted, and I would not, or like demonetized. Sorry, a lot of my videos would be demonetized. It wouldn't even be worth it. So job, don't know. Projects. Oh wait, whoops. There. Does it work now? I think it works now. Projects? I did like working on Season Fighters and the Waterfall's Consequences, which are 2 shows on my channel. And it would be cool to work on something like that again in the future. I just don't know what. I have a couple of ideas and stories I could recycle, and kind of want to do that, but which one or how, I'm not really sure yet. And I also don't want to focus on that right now, because right now, in about a month or over a month, I'll have some exams to go through. I have 1 exam to go through. And it's one I'm not very good at, so I gotta use my energy and focus on that right now. And also just have some fun during Christmas and December and New Year's Eve. And my birthday. My birthday's also around the corner in January. Futures for my channel. I don't know. I never really think about the future of my channel. When I look back on my old videos, I've always like slowly improved over time in my own pace. Like, very slowly. But I have improved. It's only recently I discovered in my editing program software that there is a lot more options for me in terms of like editing the music and sounds, like when the sound should be louder or lower. Like, there were some things I didn't know about that I just discovered recently. And it was by accident too. So when I discovered that, I was like, oh my god, why am I so stupid? This could have made some things in the past a lot easier, or actually not necessarily easier, but smoother. It would have made the videos itself like more quality, or not quality. It would have made some things better or sound better in some way. What's your favorite food? I'm a foodie. I love food, so I can't just pick one. There's so much food I love. There are some days where I just crave some things more than others. What are your thoughts on the languages Danish and English? these languages are so funny to compare. Me and my friends, we do it quite often, and like sometimes me and my friends, because most young people here in Denmark know English, we often tend to or often we do sometimes talk about the differences, like how some things just makes more sense in English or in Danish or something like that. We can watch movies in both English and Danish and compare them and say things like, I like the voice actors in the Danish version better, or the vibes that you got from the English one, it's better, or something like that. It's funny to compare them, but separately, I don't know. Danish is my mother tongue, and English, I learned that in school and through the internet. Started speaking it more and more as I grew up. Like, I started learning it a bit more when I was around 7, 8 or something. Started slowly having it at school, having English. At this point now, I feel like I can call myself bilingual. Because sometimes I think in English. Even me and my boyfriend, sometimes we just switch over to English. There are just some things that are easier said in English, actually. Or, like, if we're talking about memes or something. Smiley face. How much time did it take you to find your art style? I don't know. I don't know how to answer this one. My art style, I've always, like I said, I've always been drawing since I was little. Even like in kindergarten or daycare, um, I used to make little drawings of how I was feeling, or they make little comics. I even remember, like, in, well, you have a first grade, like in America, for example, but in Denmark, we not only have a first grade, but a zeroth grade. And even then, I remember making small comics of me and my friends, like going to the pool or whatever, making up small stories like that. My art style has just evolved into this. I don't know how long that took. I have no idea. I'm subscribed, but I haven't watched you for 4 years. How are you doing in 2022? I'm doing good so far, I think. Just like everybody else, I'm just trying to do my best throughout life. Just, I don't know, copying everybody else, or not necessarily copying. Oh, my mouse has been there the whole time. I'm sorry. But, like, just winging it. Just trying my best, I guess. I also just found the questions from my previous Q&A. With the questions about fighting, I meant, do you think fighting is good or bad, or in certain situations fighting is okay? Is fighting a way of defense, a way to show how strong the human body can be? An art, sport? I mean, I guess in cartoons and stuff, we all do sometimes like a good fight between the hero and the villain, where they show off their true power and stuff like that. Give me a second. Sorry, I'm back. What is the dumbest reason you got in trouble? That's an interesting question. I need to think about that. Dumbest reason? Well, I don't know. I mean, right now I'm just trying to think back to when I was little. I do remember one time being grounded by my parents, and I don't even remember what I did. So I can't even explain what I did or why it's dumb, or if it even was dumb in the first place. Although I do remember them just sending me to my room, and then I was just playing on my Nintendo. Then my mom came to check up on me and was like, "You shouldn't be playing Nintendo while you're grounded." And so she took it away from me. That was the only time I've ever been grounded by my parents. Also because they never really have to, punish me. For example, if my dad got angry or annoyed at me for anything, or if I ever did something wrong, all my parents had to do was just tell me, like, "Oh, you forgot to do this thing," or you did this thing. And then I would immediately feel bad and cry and hide in my room. Not like there was anything abusive going on or anything like that. I'm just a very emotional person. I don't want to do anything wrong. My parents never had to punish me. I would just punish myself. But if I think back to my school years, when I was little, you said your question is dumbest reason, but I can't think of anything dumb, because when I was in first grade, there was this one girl I kind of picked on because I thought she was annoying. And I got scolded for it. I got in trouble, which it's not a dumb reason. It's valid, or obviously I would get in trouble. I put little stones in her shoe because she kept my dumb brain when I was little was just this girl, she was new and she kept running after me and wanted to play with me even though I didn't really want to. So at some point I just had enough of it, and so I put little rocks in her shoe together with another friend of mine. We did it together and then we both got in trouble. That's why this question is hard for me, because I have gotten in trouble in the past when I was little, but I never really got in trouble for any dumb reasons. There was also one time in my school where I decided to hide under a cover and call my mom for some reason, even though I wasn't really supposed to, and a teacher called me and she just looked angrily at me. So those aren't really dumb reasons. I don't feel like I'm the kind of person who gets into trouble, at least not anymore. I've only gotten into trouble a few times as a kid. Back to this old question, is fighting okay, good or bad? Okay in certain situations, defense, art, sport. Like I said, in cartoons, fights are badass, although there are some fights that are also really intense and dramatic and heartbreaking. If we talk about in real life for a second, obviously you shouldn't just go up to anyone and have a fight, or anyone in general. But if someone decides to pick a fight with you, I guess defend yourself, and in some situations, like, it is necessary to like kick back or push them away in order to save yourself. Like, if you think they might try to kidnap you or hurt you even further, then sometimes it is necessary to like kick them back or something, and then run away just to save yourself from getting hurt or getting kidnapped. Luckily, I've never really been in a situation like that, but I hope that if I ever did, I hope that I would be strong enough to survive. Fighting can be an art or a sport. There are sports where you, like, there's boxing, and there's lots of sports where you kind of fight each other in a respectful manner. A way to release your emotions. Oh, that reminds me. In my school back in the day, we had this like pillow chamber, and there was both like these soft pillows, but also pillows that you could stack on top of each other to make some sort of pillow castle, like pillows that were a little bit more hard. They were made and so that you could build and stack with them. And that room was great for a lot of reasons. For example, lots of kids would go in there to play every day, to play with each other, and like some kids would just go in there just to have a fight with each other, like, again, in a respectful manner. Just to have fun without like getting hurt or anything, so that they can just toss pillows around and have fun like that. And then there's also some kids who goes in there just to relax or have a little nap maybe. And then it's also a great room for releasing your emotions. Like, if you're really, really angry at your annoying teacher, then you can just go in there and then throw a pillow against the wall, and everything's fine. I've definitely done all of these things I just mentioned in that room. Question: will you continue funniest Undertale names? No, I won't, unfortunately. I'm sorry. I made a part 1 and a part 2, and after that I did not really feel like doing it anymore, because like I felt like the part 1 and part 2 were enough, and I didn't really feel like making a part 3, especially because it's kinda the same joke over and over again. At least that's just how I feel about it. But anyone out there is free to make their own Undertale funniest names videos if they want to. I'm fine with that. There's my typical brother. How boyo are you? He asks. A lot. Very much. Unknown face reveal. Are you a pugger? What the heck? I don't understand. Other Q&A questions elsewhere. Are you a human? Yes, I am very much a human. Are you a thing? That depends on how you define a thing. Do you like Fortnite? I've never played Fortnite myself. and I haven't really seen any gameplay of it. Or, well, I have. I mean, it's been massively popular, so obviously I have seen some clips of it. But that's usually been in a context like when it's just been plopped together with other kinds of videos and contents. I've never actively tried to look for Fortnite on YouTube or anywhere on the internet. Fortnite just doesn't really pique my interest or anything. It's not really my kind of game, I think. Although it is something that my cousin is really into, and lots of other 10-year-old boys I know, I guess, were, well, I guess now they're older, but, like, I may not be interested in the game myself, but I still respect other people who do like it. The game is just not personally for me. Oh, hi. Are you gonna make a new Tomodachi Life world, or are you not? I would never get rid of my babies. I know I may have 7 of them. Or was it 7 or 6? I know I have a lot of kids, but I'm not getting rid of any of them. Or anyone else's babies. I've gotten so far, and I want them all to be able to exist there. So if I ever, it would be really fun to have a new world though. I do, like, it would be so much fun to, like, start out over with a new world, but if I ever do that, it would be so cool if I was able to do that on, like, my Nintendo, instead of on an emulator on my computer. Especially because you can only have one world, which is kind of sad and annoying. But I would love to have a new world, but I am not going to get rid of my old world. Never in a million years. I am not getting rid of my babies. Those are my daughters and one son you're talking about. As a mother, I will not get rid of them. Hello, hi. Welcome to the stream. I just answered all of the previous questions from my Discord server and from my previous Q&A video and from my video a week ago. So now I don't know what else to do. Yeah, sorry, I was just talking about Tomodachi Life. Someone asked a question about that game, my series, so I just answered that from my Discord server. Do you know who Nightmare Sans is? I think I do, yes. I know about the different alternative universes of Undertale. A lot of them has been widely popular. Like, not only Undertale in itself is insanely popular, but also the different alternative universes. Like, each of them has a huge fandom of their own. It's a multiverse inside a multiverse. And there's obviously a lot of crossovers and stuff with Underfell Sans and Underswap Sans, like interacting with each other and stuff. Oh, crap. Sorry. There. Exactly, yeah. Why do people ship me with Dream? I have no idea. I mean, people ship whoever they ship, I mean... Really, I didn't know you were brothers. Oh crap. I've even seen some videos with the different AU Saiyans and Papyruses having like a Christmas party together, and also the daycare AU Ask Anything thingy. I am in the Undertale fandom and in the AU fandom and stuff. Although I don't know that much about each of the fandoms on their own and the details about them exactly. No, that's fine. You can totally. It's totally fine to be in character. I mean, you are on the internet after all. I guess we all kind of become a different character whenever we go online because we can just be whoever we want to be. I have heard that that someone is trying to make a game of Underfell. And I've heard some speculation that it's kind of opposite there in their world with how genocide and pacifist works. So basically in Underfell, if you do pacifist, you get the bad ending and people won't like you. But if you do genocide, then people will like you and then you'll get a good ending. I think. But that's just speculation. I have no idea, and I have no idea how far they are with the game or if it's ever gonna be finished. It's just some things I heard a long time ago. Did you know that there's a Bill Sans, like a Bill Cipher Sans? It wouldn't surprise me if there is. That reminds me of the competition with the Tumblr sexy man thing. Bill Cipher was there, and Sans was the one who won. There was a bunch of other characters. Chaos. I'm pretty sure Sans won purely because of the memes. Just because people thought it would be funny. And he did. And even Toby Fox himself, I think, wrote his own spin on how in the world Sans would have won in the first place. William Afton. He was there too, but he got beaten by someone. Oh yeah, and there was also Megamind and Herobrine. It was a lot of fun. Although I don't really have Tumblr myself. It's just like a synopsis or a compilation thing I've seen on YouTube with someone like describing the competition and how each of them like won their battles. That man could kill me and I would say sorry. William Afton? Yeah, I'm that kind of person too. Like, I do apologize a lot as well. Like, even if... Or... I don't know what I'm saying. We're both deep in these kinds of fandoms. William Afton is from the Five Nights at Freddy's fandom, which I used to be a huge fan of when I was little. Although nowadays, even though I do still like Five Nights at Freddy's in the lore, I haven't really followed up on the story, so I'm not entirely sure who the Afton family is, like, and what happened there. Although I did, when I was little, I did write some pretty cringy Five Nights at Freddy's fan fictions. Like, severely cringy. I even remember explaining it to some of my new friends at my school, and when I explained to them what kind of fan fictions they were like, oh god, ugh. And even I was sitting there like, yeah, it's bad. You know that they're basically making a Security Breach too? I did not know that. Although, if they're gonna make a number 2, at least like make sure it's actually finished. I've heard that with I've seen with Security Breach, the first one, how buggy and glitchy that was. To put it simply, I just watched Markiplier's gameplay of it, and yeah, it's not great. Like, the story is pretty interesting and the characters, but the game itself is full of bugs. So if they're gonna make a number 2, like, at least like finish it and make sure it's finished. It's kind of sad. It used to be Scott Cawthon who was in charge of all of this. He has gotten away from Five Nights at Freddy's and the games now to focus on his family and stuff, which I totally respect. But those who have taken over, the first time they got to shine, the new owners or whoever they are, they came out with Security Breach and it was just a mess. So if they're gonna make a number 2 or something, I really hope they like get their things together. Thanks for keeping me in company, by the way. You're the only one writing in the chat. Let's hope they don't duck up the movie. If they make one, yeah. Speaking of movie, have you seen the trailer to the Mario movie? Like, I first saw it on YouTube, the like original English version, and already there I was amazed. But then a while ago I went to the movies with some friends, and there the Mario trailer was there too in Danish, and I was like, oh my god. Like, it is great. Like, they are good voice actors, but I would rather watch the movie in its original form in English. You're also bored. Your friend Noah would have what? I'm really excited for the Mario movie. I think it's gonna be a really fun movie. The hugest Mario fan in the world. Then wait, I was just about to say me and him would have something in common, although I'm not entirely sure how big of a Mario fan I am anymore. I used to be a much bigger fan when I was like little because I was literally in love with Mario. I do like the games, and whenever there comes new games out, I do like to see them and experience them. New Mario games and stuff. And I do want to watch this Mario movie. So I guess I am still a pretty big fan of Mario. I even have a cousin who also really likes Mario. What's your question? Sorry if my nose is making noise. Or my throat. Sorry if I'm like coughing or sneezing or whatever. I don't know what to say. What is the cringiest character person you have simped for? Okay, let's see. When I was little, I was in love with Mario. because I kind of thought I looked like Peach, and so I even told my parents about it and wrote him a letter and then just gave it to my parents and asked them to mail it to him. I've also, well, like when I was around 9 or 10 or something, I started getting really into One Direction, a boy band, and I started really liking Harry Styles. What's yours then? There was also some ships I liked back then, or I guess I don't know if that counts as simming. Although I do remember in the Five Nights at Freddy's fandom, I was shipping Foxy and Chica for years. Blue Penguin. When you say Blue Penguin, all I'm reminded of is the penguin from the Mario movie trailer, like the king. But I'm not entirely sure if that's who you're talking about. From Kirby. I don't know his name, but now I know who you're talking about. Sorry, I'm not very well. I don't know very much about the Kirby universe. Although I do love Kirby as a character, like just Kirby by himself, he's very cute. But that is he? Isn't he like the villain or something? I don't judge anyone for simping for anyone. There's an entire fandom revolving around simping for Waluigi. I may or may not have once in my lifetime simped for King DDD. Is that how you say it? Ah. That's fine. I bet there's even some people who are simping for Hootie in the Owl House. Yeah, people also shipping him with Duolingo, the Duolingo bird. Yeah, there's definitely people simming for Possessed Hunter. I mean, he is really badass when he's possessed, but the situation is really messed up. Like, holy crap. I watched the majority of that episode while I was on a boat in Germany. Because it was that day that the episode had released and I was on vacation. So we were sailing around in this, like, in this place, and so I wanted to watch the rest of the episode. I just remember sitting there like gasping when certain things happened in the episode, like when dramatic things happened. And then at the end with V, when she said that Camilla still had the car keys, I laughed. And I remember right after my mom asking me, like, what's that that's so funny? And then I just tried to explain it to her. They're really always in for villains, psychopath, murderers, and crazy people. I kind of get it. Although, like, it is, like, obviously you don't want to die. I mean, I guess there are some people who want to die. But the whole idea of like someone giving you that attention and like making and maybe like tying. Wait, how do you say it? Someone like holding on to your arms or legs and like giving you that attention and leave my inner demons. That doesn't sound familiar. I'll Google it real quick. But the whole idea of liking a villain who gives you that crazy amount of attention and wants to catch you and do things to you, I kind of get why you would simp for that, to be honest. Although I don't know if I've simped myself for any villains. I like the idea of it in a way, but I don't know. For me to like a person, I also kind of have to like their personality, and if the person is just straight up evil and just does not care for other people's lives, then it's kind of hard for me to like them, I guess. Wait a second. My inner demons leave. Let me look. Okay, I can understand why you would simp for him. Although I've never heard of my inner demons before. Looks interesting. Shikagari from My Hero Academia. I have heard of My Hero Academia, but Shikagari? My Hero Academia. Let me have a look. Okay. Okay. I kinda get that. Hello. Laughing Jack from Creepypastas. Oh my god. Alright. Okay, to me, then when you reach that level, it kind of gets to me, it just kind of gets creepy. We're talking about like, if anyone just joined that doesn't know, we were talking about like simming for villains, I guess. Eyeless Jack. There's a couple of these creepypastas I've heard of. Eyeless Jack. Oh my god. Okay, wait. That's funny. Just looking it up, I'm seeing a lot of weird costumes that just does not look attractive at all. And then when I'm seeing fan art, they're making this like hot young guy with like this cute hair and hoodie and stuff, like the typical kind of guy you would think is attractive or cute somehow. That's the fan art that I'm seeing, but then there's also some other pictures that are just straight up some like yucky or just weirdly made costumes in real life. Puppeteer? Okay, I'm confused. I'm seeing a lot of pictures of just like the toy itself instead of the character, I guess. Puppeteer, creepypasta, I guess I should be more specific. Have you ever played IB, or do you know about it? Well, is IB short for something? It doesn't immediately sound familiar. Okay, here's some pictures of Puppeteer. Okay, I get that. He looks badass. At least in some of these fan arts and drawings. Oh my god. It's really the game's name. Let me look at some pictures though. It's not a lot of things that come up that... Oh, I have heard of Hello Boss. Fizzarelli doesn't really sound familiar. I'll Google that in a minute. I'll just try IB game. Oh. It looks like... it looks dark. It looks like a dark game. But it looks interesting. It reminds me of Undertale. Definitely something sinister going on. Okay. Fizzarelli. Ah, that guy. Okay, I've seen him before. Although I don't know much about his personality, but just by looking at the pictures, he looks chaotic and funny in a way. Bill Cipher I definitely know about. It's interesting with him because, like, with a lot of villains, there's like some sort of origin story as to why they've become the way they are. Bill Cipher, though, he's just like a weird god that's just evil and wants to take over everything, which can also be interesting on its own. Yeah, but the story is so beautiful. It's one of my favorite games. I could consider maybe watching a YouTuber play through it, the IB game. Alistair! I love Hazbin Hotel, and I love Alistair. He's amazing. What's your favorite game? Oh my god, wait, sorry. My favorite game... It's hard to say because there are games that I have played in the past where I really like the story, and then there are games that I play every day. For example, a game like Undertale, that's not really something you can just continuously play every day. Undertale is just a story you experience like once. And sure, you can play the game again and again if you want to, if you like the adrenaline of it, just like I did many times already. But after that, there's not really much more to it. So, like, I really love Undertale for its story, and also Deltarune. I can't wait to see more of Deltarune. But then there are games that I play every day in my normal everyday life, like whenever I come home. Things like Genshin Impact and Sims, maybe Minecraft, I don't know. Mostly like Sims and Genshin Impact. Those are games I can continuously play every single day. So I like more games in their own unique way, I guess. It's hard to pick one as my favorite. We do not talk about Undertake. And yeah, okay, yeah, and we definitely don't talk about Undertale. My parents made that mistake once in a family quiz at a party. They asked what my favorite game was, and they wrote Undertale wrong. They wrote Undertale. And obviously nobody knew about it, only me. So I looked there at the paper and cringed hard. Oh, so I like Genshin too? Yeah, I do. Just before I started streaming, I just played a little bit of Genshin Impact and cleared out my daily commissions. Just came back from school. How are you all doing? Oh, you're one of the people whose questions I answered. Sorry, wait a minute. I'm good. How are you doing? Let me see if I can find your question again. Because I answered it earlier, oh, it was multiple questions. Oh yeah, I answered it earlier, but you weren't there, so I guess I'll have to answer them again. What got you into drawing? I gotta go. Bye. I'm all over the place. Have a good day. Bye. What got me into drawing? I've always been drawing ever since I was little, and it's just for example, in school, it's been a way for me to like explain my emotions. I would very often during math or physics, I would just sit there and draw myself on some paper, like a stick figure of myself being angry, because I never liked math or physics or anything like that. But ever since I was little, I've been doing scribbles, and then I slowly started making like little stick figures and comics and stuff. It's just something I've always done since I was little. In my previous video, I'm tired. You asked a lot of questions. Was there anything special that made you want to start a channel when you did? Let me tell you the great story of when I was 9 years old and I made a cringy song. I wrote my own cringy song, which I then sang. My brother recorded it on a phone, and then my childish brain was like, this is great, this should go up on YouTube. And so my dad helped me make a YouTube channel, and that's how I started my channel for some reason. And then ever since then I've just been experimenting making YouTube videos because I thought it was fun. What got you into drawing? What got into drawing was actually an animator. Oh, what got you into drawing was an animator called Ava G. Do you know her? No, it doesn't really sound familiar. I can Google her in a minute. We all had cringy times, don't worry. yeah. That song I made, it was super cringy and it's deleted off the internet now. What's your art style called? I don't know. I guess I'll call it cartoonish. It's just something that it's just turned into this over the years. I have no idea what else to call it. Plans for the future. Whenever I think about my YouTube channel, I never really think about the future. I just slowly improve over time. Sometimes very slowly, but yeah, I don't really think much about the future of my channel. It's only recently I just figured out a new trick I can do in my editing software thingy, which made me feel stupid in the moment, like how come I never knew about this before, but now I know, and now I can make some even more cool stuff in the future. And I stumbled across that feature by accident. So I don't even use like a guide or anything in order to help me through like how to make good videos. I just do things on my own, and I just figure it out all on my own. Projects. Plans for the future in terms of projects. In the past, at least you've learned it. Yeah. In the past on my YouTube channel, I do have two sorry. I do have two shows on my channel which I made by using my own drawings and editing it all by myself, which are Season Fighters and The Waterfall's Consequences, and it would be cool to make something like that again. I just don't know what yet. Because I do have maybe a few ideas maybe or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out, but also that's not really what I should focus on right now, because at this sooner or later, or soon actually, I'm gonna have an exam in my school, and it's about a subject which I am a subject I'm not very good at, so I should really focus on that during December. So maybe afterwards I can think about a new show or something. I don't know. Or a life, job. Good luck on your studies. Thank you, thank you. Although it's not finals, I've only been in my new school for like half a year, so we're just ending one kind of lecture or lesson and then starting up on something new. It's a subject I'm not very good at, so if it's a miracle if I don't cry during my exam, to be honest. But maybe, yeah, whatever. Future and plans for the future in terms of like life, job. I still have no idea what I want to do in my life, which is why I am in the current school that I am in right now. I'm 20 years old, by the way. I chose to spend some more years like going to school, just so I could have more years to think about what I want to do in my life, because I have no idea. Sometimes people have asked me whether or not I wanted to, like, for example, hope it goes well and you can do great. Thank you, thank you. Sometimes people have asked me whether or not, like, I want to be a YouTuber, but the thing is, I just do YouTube in my free time, so my channel's not monetized. I don't get money off of any of my videos, and I'm pretty sure if I did, pretty much all of my videos would be copyrighted, demonetized, or even worse, my channel would be taken down. Because I use a lot of songs from other artists in my videos, and you know, when you want to monetize your channel, that's generally not a good thing. So I don't think it would really work out to be a YouTuber. Also because of the rules that are on YouTube sometimes. Just from one day to another, they can just enforce a new rule that basically forces the entire the entire server, every single YouTuber to like change what they're supposed to do in order to make it as a living. Or like sometimes the rules that they make are just crazy or weird, and it's hard to follow up with, or to I think it would just be too difficult and stressful to have as a job. The same with like when I used to do animations, I would get warnings in every video. Yeah, totally. And the same with like if I were to work in like a movie company, like where you make movies or animations and stuff, cartoons, or live action movies or whatever it is. Sometimes people have asked me like if that's what I want to do, because I do genuinely like making my own original stories. That's why I make shows on my YouTube channel. But like when you have that as a job, suddenly there's expectations and deadlines, and I don't think I would be able to handle that. I'm a person who gets stressed extremely easily. So I would rather just make my own stories and drawings and stuff in my own free time here on YouTube and not make money out of it. Because then I can do it for fun and still have it be fun. And then the last question that you asked, I'm tired, is what's your favorite food? So I'm a foodie and I love a lot of food. I can't just pick one. There's a lot of different kinds of foods that I like. It was very hard for me to choose a path to follow and study because I really like drawing and all of that, but I don't see myself doing it for somebody else. Yeah. Although it could be fun in a way to work with others and like do a bigger project and make something and make something big. It does sound fun. I did actually consider like for my show Season Fighters to have voice acting. I even asked some of my friends who said yes, but I never got around to do it because the idea of it made me too nervous. Like suddenly being the boss and like telling my friends what to do. Like there's something about it that makes me nervous. I really struggle with deadlines and I can't get creative under pressure. So yeah, exactly. Me too. Just a couple of years ago, I went to a school where we did movies and stuff. The kind of school that I went to is the one. I agree with you, I love drawing, but I probably wouldn't be happy doing it as a job. Yeah, exactly. The school that I went to was the kind of school where you could choose what you wanted to like study all day long. So there was like a team where all they did was drama, theater, music, and then there was a team that just cooked food all day. They basically made lunch for us every single day. And there was a team who took care of animals, I think. And then there's also a team where they make movies and use Photoshop and take photographs and make scripts, and where you basically learn how to use a camera, how to edit movies and clip them together, and where you get to be an actor in front of a camera, make your own stories like that. That's the team I was in that I decided to be in. And there I was only there for a year because even though I had fun and made so many great new friends, and even though it was fun to act and make stories like that, it was also really stressful. I mean, because there's the deadlines, of course, right? So, like, the teachers would ask us to make some sort of movie or short film or something, or a photograph session or something, and then asked us to be ready with it within a month or a couple of months or something. And it was stressful at times, but at the same time I also got very bored, like sorry, because there's the team, like when you work on a movie together as a team, half of the team goes out there's the part of the team that goes out to make the movie and make the recordings and act and do all those things, and then the rest of once you're done with that, the rest of the job is up to the editors and those who have to clip it together and all of that, and make the sound effects and stuff. And so you would stress out with making the recordings, and then once you were finally done with that, you would just then sit over at school for weeks and have nothing else to do, because now the rest of the job is just up to the editors and stuff. And so while they're busy and while they're being stressful, suddenly you have nothing else to do, so now you're sitting and being bored and don't know what else to do with your life. So there was a lot of stressful days, and then there was also a lot of really, really boring days. But like, overall I still enjoyed it, and I'm glad that I was there and got so many great new friends and stuff. But I also could feel within myself that I did not want to have this as a job for the future. Because even though it's interesting, it's something I'd rather do in my own free time. And then that left me wondering, what do I even want to do in the future? Because now I have no idea. Since I don't want to work with this kind of stuff. And then after I graduated from there, I spent an entire year just trying to figure out some other stuff. Tried to do some small other kinds of jobs, like cleaning in the cafeteria or packing packages. But the system we have here in Denmark with that kind of stuff, it's very slow, and I spent the majority of that year not doing much, because you need to get an email in order to before you're allowed to meet up somewhere, and then you can get help, and it takes forever to even get that email. Like, it literally takes months. So I spent a lot of months just being at home, had nothing else to do. And that's when I actually this year in spring, that's when I finished an entire making an entire show on my channel, purely out of boredom. Those experiences always add something to our lives. It's nice to experience new things and know each other a little better. Exactly. We learn a lot of things throughout our lives. No matter what, everything is some sort of lesson, although it's not everything that happens to us that is our fault or something like that. Like, some people go through horrible things that is not their fault at all. Like, there's some kids who gets abused or shit like that, and it's not their fault at all. But then there's also a lot of experiences in life, like when you grow up, that is a lesson. Like, you might take a job, and then you figure out, oh, I did not enjoy working here as much as I thought I would. The others are kind of mean, or this is just not the kind of job that is for me. And then you've learned that. Or maybe maybe someday you'll eventually go through a breakup. And then you kind of learn from there, like, what worked with the relationship, what didn't work, or maybe I did something wrong. And then you can take that with you into the next relationship, or if you even want to be in a relationship or not. Some people are completely happy not being in any kind of romantic or sexual relationship at all throughout their entire life, and that's totally fine. When we humans were first made, we kind of had to, like, evolve and make kids in order to have our race survive and stuff. Although the human race nowadays has gotten to a point where we can just do whatever we want. We don't need to have kids, we don't need to get married or anything. Although having a job is a little bit necessary in order to, like, have money and survive and have food. But, like, there's a lot of things we don't have to do anymore. We're not forced to have our father's job. We're not forced to be married. Although it is still a societal thing, like, there's still a lot of people in society that believes that, like, yeah, everybody should get married someday and have kids. Although it's not forced upon you anymore. You're not, like, you can choose not to do that. And sure, there's people who's gonna question you and think it might be weird, but, like, it's all up to you. You have control. You can do whatever you want in your life. I don't know what to do with my life yet, but maybe I'll figure it out, or maybe I don't. I don't know. I don't know right now. I'm only 20. I'm in my last year of high school, and I will choose a career related to informatics. I hope I don't regret it, but still, even if I do, it's something that I like. That's great to hear. Maybe it will be something you can use. Like, even if you end up regretting it or not liking it, at least you might still learn from it or something. I should really drink some more water. We all have our different paths in our lives. I hope so, and I also hope that you find something that you enjoy doing. That's what matters. I hope so too. It's hard for me to imagine something that I'd like right now in the future. I just hope that it's a job I can manage and that my colleagues are nice. Oh, oopsie doopsie. They already make us choose when we're like 14 or 15. We're still kids. I mean, we are. It is something that are being talked about already at such a young age. Like when you're 14, people are already there starts asking you like, what do you want to do in your future? What do you want to study? It is something that is constantly talked about. So if you don't know what you want to do, then people don't necessarily look down at you, but I don't know, there are some people who are like, gotta figure it out someday or somehow, like eventually you'll have to choose where you want to study next. Like when you graduate from this kind of school or this kind of school, whatever country you're from, then someday in the future you're gonna have to choose something. Like, I get that, don't put pressure on me. Like, I know I have to, I know it. But schools don't give you the chance to experience other things, at least in my country. It's not that often. Really? That's sad. In the schools that I've been in, sure, like, I've been taught literature, how to write, how to do math, and about history, and but I've also been taught some, like, my teachers have been good at teaching me things like how to cook certain things, or like even in math, I even remember my teacher bringing up like how you should manage your money in the future. Like we were put into groups and then pretended to be married, like two and two together, and then we had to like make agreements as to where we wanted to live, whether or not we wanted to have kids or a car, and then we had to like split the money around on this like schedule, or not a schedule, on like this like board or thing. Like she taught us how to do these kinds of things. Although I am aware that it's not everyone who gets to have this kind of education, so I am very thankful for my teacher. But also, I mean, clubs or something, that would be so cool. Yeah, we also have clubs you can go to here in Denmark in our free time. My boyfriend, for example, used to go golfing and shooting, not like with real guns. It was like in a very safe environment. We don't have the same gun laws here in Denmark as in America, for example. But even I used to go to singing, or what do you call it, chore, I don't know. And after school there would be activities, like you could borrow a laptop and then just play some games with your friends, or play board games with some of the others. And I know a lot of kids, there's probably a lot of kids out there who goes to football after school, or some kind of sport. Clubs for me were only available for me 3 years ago, and there was drama club and science club. I attended the science one, but I wish there were more options. Yeah. I don't really know that much about after school activities anymore, because now I'm 20, so... Although, a couple of years ago I did used to go to a thing called cosplay. Which, in hindsight, like, technically in the system I was allowed to be there, which was why I could write up for it and be there in the first place. But like, I was definitely the oldest one there. Like, the cosplay teacher, I remember her literally asking me like, "Oh, what grade are you in?" And I was like, I I've already graduated from like 10th grade. Now I'm in this like other kind of school. I don't go by grades anymore. I'm above that." I was like 18 while the other kids were like 12. And like, I feel like the only one there I could like connect with on a personal level in a way was the teacher. She was also kind of young, so like, did you enjoy the experience though? It was fun. I mean, some of the other kids did talk about things that I was also into, like Five Nights at Freddy's, Undertale, and they also talked about a lot of animes that they were into and stuff. So sometimes we would talk about that. Although I'm not the biggest cosplayer. Like, the biggest reason I wanted to go there was because I wanted Luz Nisida's shirt. You know, the main character from the Owl House. I really like her hoodie, so I really wanted to have that somehow. So I thought going to cosplay could like help me with that. And then everything else she wears is pretty easy. Like, I already had shorts and some leggings underneath, and I wasn't really going to have a wig, but my teacher insisted, although I never got that wig. But whatever. So you never watch about a Hilda comic into cartoon on Netflix? Doesn't sound familiar. I can try and Google it. So I definitely don't know how to sew or make clothes or anything like that. You watched The Owl House too? I already rate you as 10 out of 10. Thank you. I love The Owl House. And I cannot wait for the next episode. It sucks that season 3 has been shortened. Hilda. Just by looking up Hilda, she seems familiar in a way. I haven't watched the show though. Sorry. Now that we were just talking about cartoons and shows, have you ever seen She-Ra? I've only watched the Netflix adaptation. I've heard a lot about it, but never watched it myself. But now that we're just talking about like cartoons and stuff, it suddenly reminded me of Steven Universe. The whole reason I got into the Steven Universe fandom and show in the first place was all because of the infamous song Other Friends. Like, I never really watched Steven Universe until that point. The song just blew up on the internet, and I thought to myself, okay, there's a reason this song is blowing up. Let me just listen to the song. Then I listened to the song, and then I tried to look after other clips, and slowly started getting interested in the Steven Universe. I could already tell from that song, like when the gems they were sliced by Spinel, that was her name. When they were sliced open by Spinel, the way they poofed, I just thought to myself, since their like quote unquote death happened that way right here right now. I guess this isn't the way they would normally die since it happened in this kind of way. A show wouldn't do this if these characters were going to die. So I guess they just disappeared for now. Like at that point when I just saw the music video for the song, I had no idea about how gems work and how their physical bodies works and stuff like that. But just from that song alone, I could already figure out that, oh, so they just turned into their gems. Okay, because if they actually died, it wouldn't happen like this. I know how shows write their scripts and characters and stuff. And deaths would probably not happen in that way. Because if they did, the scene would be a lot more dramatic and sad. And it wasn't like that, so I guess they're okay. I only knew Steven Universe by that song called Love. Something about love. I'm thinking of Garnet. Stronger Than You. Yeah. I mean, that song was also infamous in the Undertale fandom. The Undertale fandom kind of stole that song and made it their own, so... But it does fit really well into the Undertale fandom. I mean, that show also has like a young main character and like has these weird friends that are not humans and the whole thing with I am made of love in Undertale, you're made of love. It just makes so much sense. I thought it was from the Undertale fandom. Yeah, a lot of people think that. Just the whole love system in the genocide route in Undertale. Yeah. I mean, I thought so too in the beginning, I think. Yeah, I did. That's especially common if you are if you're not in the Steven Universe fandom. But even before that song, I did see a lot of people comparing Undertale to Steven Universe, like making fan arts of those two having a crossover, or comparing them, or things like that. The thing with me, with shows and stuff, is like, even if I know the title, and even though I've heard about it, even if it sounds good, it still takes a lot for me before I actually wanna, like, check it out. The same with the Owl House. I knew about it for a while, but it wasn't until the first season's finale that I decided to watch the whole thing. Even though it sounded kind of interesting, I still didn't watch it for some reason. That's how I am with everything, basically. It's hard for me to give something new a chance, even if it sounds interesting. A part of me is still like I don't know. I wish I had more time to watch cartoons. The problem is that there is so many seasons. Yeah. That's kind of how I felt about, like, Amphibia and Adventure Time. Because even though these shows are praised a lot, there's just so many episodes to go through. Although I have watched more of Amphibia, though. I know quite a bit about that show. Even here in Denmark, they've started to air Amphibia every Friday. Basically every Friday here in Denmark, they always show like 4 cartoons in like the evening or something. And Amphibia right now is one of the things that they show. And so there are a lot of families out there with kids that allows their kids to eat candy every Friday when the Friday Disney show is on the television. It's called Friday candy. It's a very, very common thing here in Denmark, although that was never really a thing in my family or in my house because me and my brother, we were just allowed to eat candy whenever we wanted to, or not whenever we wanted to. Obviously, if we had to have dinner soon, then obviously no candy, because we had to be hungry for dinner, right? So we could actually eat something. My friend told me to watch Amphibia from season 2, I guess. Started from the first because I would be lost. I just know it. I mean, even though Amphibia is a show with a story, there is still a lot of episodes that where a story just happens within one episode. You know, there's some shows where like there's a lot of cartoons where a story happens within one episode, like problem arises and then problem solved, they reach their goal, happy ending, the end. And that's just one episode. And then there's some shows where it's a continuous story, like where they continue to figure out new things, or where they continue their journey from episode to episode. The Owl House is kinda like that. With Amphibia though, even though there is a continuous story and journey to go through, each episode still has like their own story. So like Anne goes gets stranded in this like new weird world, and then she gets settled in, and then a lot of the episodes from season 1 especially is just her having fun with the gang, or like with the frogs, just like figuring out their culture and eating their food or whatever, having fun with them. And then towards the end of season 1, that's where some stuff starts happening. Although obviously there are gonna be some callbacks, like in future episodes. Then they're gonna call back to like, hey, do you remember back when this funny thing happened? And then that might continue, or they'll just remember it because it's funny. Yes, for example, in Miraculous, I think it's dumb that they didn't find out about the identity sooner, but I guess we would lose a lot of potential. See, Miraculous is a show I haven't watched, but heard a lot about. My throat is annoying me today, I'm sorry. What's your favorite anime? I would have to say, I do watch anime, I would have to say, Planet After Story, which is like a season 2 to Planet. It's extremely emotional, and that's why I like it. I like emotional stories. It's so raw and realistic in a way, although the ending, no spoilers, but in my opinion, I think in everyone's opinion, the ending is kind of unrealistic, but yeah. I don't really sit and watch anime every single day though. I might give an anime a chance someday if I find it interesting. Never heard about it. Planet, I think, started out as like a visual novel game, actually. Or maybe it just started out as a manga or whatever. But, I mean, at least in the visual novel, you are given multiple options as to where you want the ending to go and which girl you want to end up with. But in the anime, even though you get to know everybody's backstories and stuff, it does still lead towards one person or one ending. And luckily it's the one that I like. Although I haven't played the visual novel game, so, I mean, I don't know about the others. But I like the character that he went with. It also makes the story just, I watch movies more than anime, for example, but one thing's for sure, I have to watch Genshin's anime. I also want to give Genshin's anime a chance. And I do, yeah, I also watch movies more than anime. If I do find hear about an anime one day that I find interesting, I might give it a chance. But it's not like I binge watch new animes every single day on my computer. Every single day when I get home from school, I just play Sims, play some Genshin, and then whenever I watch movies or shows, it's usually cartoons, maybe anime, but then I also just like to watch movies, like Disney and Pixar. Although I do really like Japan's culture. Since my PC is potato, I can only play it on the PS4 and the combat experience is a bit different. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Like Genshin Impact, right? Because I play it on my computer, but my boyfriend plays it on his PlayStation, and sometimes he complains about things in the game that's really annoying, for example the camera, but then he also talked about how he can't teleport away when he's in a fight, and when he said that, I was like, there's no way I can do that. How come you can't? Like, there's no way that there's different rules applied to different consoles or whatever you use. Like, that just doesn't sound right. And then I've been over at his place, and when he's in a fight, he can't teleport away for some reason. Never tried, just run away a little. I mean, I do that too, although, like, there are some times where enemies are nearby and I need to go to some other place and then I just teleport away. It has never been an issue for me, but apparently he has to run away before he can go somewhere else. And it just baffles me. Like, why would you make that a rule on, like, the PlayStation but not on computer? Like, why? That's just weird. Like, when he first brought this issue up, I thought there was something, like, wrong with his... I thought there was, like, a glitch, or that he was, oh my god, wait. I thought that maybe he was clicking on the wrong thing, or that some kind of weird glitch was going on or something, but apparently it's a real thing. Remember that happening to me? It was in Dragonspine. If I walk anywhere in the world and I walk past like some villagers and then I remind myself that, oh yeah, I actually need to go and do this quest somewhere else, I can just teleport straight away. I don't need to run away or anything. So a huge villager was like, nope, not today. Guess what? Couldn't teleport. That's so dumb. Like, why? Like, if you want certain rules to be enforced in the world of Genshin Impact, why not make it the same rule across all platforms? That's so weird. Yeah. It won't take long before I'll end the live stream. It's a slight disadvantage, yeah. I mean... So worth it playing on PS4. The graphics are stunning. Yeah. When I first started playing Genshin Impact, I played it on my phone, mainly because I never really thought I would get into the game. I just wanted to download the game and like make a quick account just to surprise my boyfriend. That's all I wanted to do. That's why I first got it on my phone. But then I actually got into the game. And at least they're better than playing with a very pixelated resolution. Yeah, I guess. Although I don't feel like my computer is very pixelated, but whatever. What's your favorite character? Ooh, that's hard to say. Right now, I actually have Nahida as my like profile picture in game because she's a great Archon and she's been through so much. I love her. And she really cares for her people. Like, she has so much love and she's just been through so much. She's just so cute. Yeah, I mean, it was I got her because I was guaranteed. I knew a long time ago that I wanted her, and so a long time ago, Kaedehara Kazuha's banner was there, and I tried to get him, but I lost the 50-50. And so after that, I was like, I guess I have guaranteed pity for a future 5-star I might want. And then Nahida came, and then I decided I wanted to get her. But then it took like several months before she would come. But when she finally did, I well, obviously got her right away. I had guaranteed pity, so like I knew I would get her. Mine was a Tao, since she was the first character on the banner when I joined in 2.2, I guess. Didn't get her then, so now I'm making sure I do, lol. Yeah, that's great. I also have a Tao. I still remember when I got her. Like, I had to win the 50-50, and I remember I had just completed a very difficult quest in Inazuma together in co-op with some friends. And so right afterwards I had enough Primogems to do a temple. And I was reaching my like pity. Like I was up on like 70 or 80 pity. I still had to win the 50-50 though, so I wished on her and then I got her and I just screamed. The problem is, when will she come again? There has been some speculation that she might come, not in the next update, but next update again, maybe? So, maybe, but it's just speculation, I'm not sure. But she hasn't been there for a long time, so it's possible she might get a rerun soon. Yeah, 3.4 perhaps. There are seriously some characters who hasn't got a rerun in a really long time, or any reruns at all, like Shenhe, and also Yelan. Mihoyo likes to make us suffer, yeah. But I think I'm gonna end the stream soon. It's been fun chatting, but now I need to relax, and I haven't even, my mom came home early, I haven't even, talked to her, so. What's your main? My main team is mainly just the Traveler, Lumine, Dendro, Diluc, Venti, and Barbara. I also have Diluc's new skin and Wolf's Gravestone, so he is extremely badass. Was needed to watch it on Netflix. Don't want to spoil or something like that, but a subscription, my region price is a bit expensive. Aw, sorry to hear that. I'm gonna leave soon too. I have an assignment. You gotta work on that assignment, that's really important. Yeah, so I guess I'll end the stream here now. Or something. There. That's all this video has been, just relooping this weird thing. But thanks for the company. It was fun chatting with you guys. Thanks for this. It was really nice to talk to you. You too. And I hope you'll have a good day. So, thanks for joining in, and I'll see you in another video or something if you want to. I should stop talking. Best of luck and everything. Thank you. So, bye bye.